Behavioral economics is a fascinating and rapidly growing field that offers profound insights into the complexities of human decision-making. By integrating psychology with economics, it challenges the traditional assumption of rationality in economic behavior and explores the myriad ways cognitive biases and emotional factors influence our decisions. 10 interesting facts about behavioral economics. Loss aversion. People tend to feel the pain of a loss much more intensely than the pleasure of an equivalent gain. This phenomenon, identified by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, means that losing $100 feels more painful than the pleasure of gaining $100. This can lead to risk-averse behavior, where individuals are more focused on avoiding losses than on making gains. In practical terms, this can influence everything from investment decisions to consumer purchases, leading people to hold on to losing stocks too long or avoid taking risks that could be beneficial in the long term. Anchoring. Decisions are heavily influenced by the first piece of information encountered, the anchor, even if it's irrelevant. For example, if a person sees a t-shirt priced at $100 and then another at $50, they might perceive the second as cheap, even if $50 is expensive for a t-shirt. Anchoring can affect negotiations, pricing strategies, and even how people estimate probabilities and risks. For instance, initial asking prices in real estate can significantly influence final sale prices, and initial offers in salary negotiations can set the tone for final agreements. Framing. The way information is presented can significantly affect decisions, even when the underlying facts remain unchanged. For instance, people are more likely to opt for surgery if told it has a 90% survival rate rather than a 10% mortality rate. This concept shows that the context and wording of information can shape perceptions and choices. In marketing, framing can be used to highlight the positive aspects of a product, such as emphasizing benefits rather than costs. In public policy, framing health messages about the benefits of quitting smoking can be more effective than highlighting the risks of continuing to smoke. Overconfidence. People frequently overestimate their own abilities and knowledge. This can lead to poor decision-making, especially in financial contexts where individuals might trade stocks excessively or underestimate risks. Overconfidence can be seen in various domains, such as entrepreneurs overestimating the chances of their new business succeeding or drivers believing they are less likely to be involved in accidents than the average driver. This bias can lead to excessive risk-taking and failure to seek necessary information or advice. Availability bias. People tend to give more weight to information that is easily accessible or recent, rather than all relevant information. For instance, after seeing news reports about airplane crashes, individuals might overestimate the risks of flying compared to driving. Availability bias can lead to skewed perceptions and decisions based on vivid or recent memories rather than comprehensive data. In financial markets, this bias can cause investors to overreact to recent news and trends, leading to market volatility. In everyday life, it can influence how people perceive risks related to health, safety, and other personal decisions. Status quo bias. Humans often prefer current situations and conditions to change, even when the change would be beneficial. This bias can lead to inertia in decision-making, where individuals stick with default options or previously made choices. For example, employees may stick with a default retirement plan rather than opting for a potentially better alternative. In product choices, consumers might continue buying familiar brands despite the availability of better options. In public policy, understanding status quo bias can help design better interventions, such as automatic enrollment in beneficial programs like organ donation or retirement savings plans. Herding. Individuals frequently base their actions on what others are doing, leading to herd-like behaviors. This is particularly evident in financial markets, where investors might follow the crowd, leading to bubbles or crashes. Herding can occur in various contexts, such as fashion trends, technology adoption, and social behaviors. The desire to conform and the assumption that others have better information can drive this behavior. Understanding herding is crucial for policymakers and businesses to anticipate and manage collective actions and market movements. Hyperbolic discounting. People tend to prefer immediate rewards over larger, delayed rewards, a phenomenon known as hyperbolic discounting. This can lead to procrastination and short-sighted decisions, such as overspending or undersaving for retirement. For instance, given a choice between receiving $100 today or $110 a week later, many people choose the immediate $100. This preference for immediate gratification can undermine long-term goals and planning. In health, it can explain behaviors like smoking or unhealthy eating despite knowing the long-term risks. Policymakers and businesses can use this insight to design incentives that encourage long-term beneficial behaviors. Endowment effect. The tendency to overvalue things we own, leading to a reluctance to sell or part with possessions, is called the endowment effect. People often require a higher price to give up an item than they would be willing to pay to acquire it. This bias can affect market transactions, such as homeowners overpricing their houses or consumers holding onto stocks for too long. It also influences consumer behavior, making people more attached to their belongings and less likely to trade or sell them. Marketers can leverage the endowment effect by encouraging trial periods or personalization, making customers feel ownership and thus valuing products more highly. Choice overload. Having too many options can overwhelm and impair our ability to make decisions, a phenomenon known as choice overload. When faced with many choices, individuals may experience anxiety, decision paralysis, or dissatisfaction with their final choice. For example, in a study where shoppers were presented with 24 varieties of jam versus 6, those with fewer options were more likely to make a purchase and be satisfied with their choice. This insight is important for retailers and service providers who can improve customer satisfaction by simplifying choices and offering curated selections. In public policy, reducing the complexity of forms and choices can enhance compliance and satisfaction. Conclusion. Behavioral economics provides invaluable insights into human behavior, particularly in economic contexts. It highlights how cognitive biases and emotional factors shape our decisions, challenging the notion of rational decision-making. These insights have significant implications for various fields. Finance. Understanding biases can improve investment strategies and risk management. Marketing. Insights into consumer behavior can enhance marketing tactics and product design. Health. Behavioral interventions can promote healthier choices and compliance with medical advice. Public policy. Policymakers can design more effective policies by considering how people actually behave, rather than how they are assumed to behave. Overall, behavioral economics bridges the gap between economic theory and real-world behavior, making it a critical component of modern economics and social sciences. Its interdisciplinary approach enriches our understanding of human behavior and enhances the effectiveness of policies and practices across various domains.